Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to put our game that we made in our own Atari 2600. So with that said, let's do this. So this is the three easiest way I'm going to show you guys how to put the game that we made into our own Atari 2600. So first off, both of this is from the Atari, this one is from the Atari Age website. First off, we have our Harmony cartridge, which is pretty much a circuit board with a SD card built in and a USB for debugging, so you can keep putting all your current game that you have an XD card and test it on an actual Atari 2600, or you can manually put a USB from your laptop. I don't have a laptop, I have a computer. You don't want to move back and forth, but that's a good option for you guys if you want to test it out on an actual system. Next up, which was this two-step, which was one of the easiest. This is from the Atari Age website as well. They will ship it to you, the whole thing. All you have to do is send in a picture of your label, as well as the binary file. So, as you see, the whole cartridge, everything all set. This is the easiest, one of the easiest ways. And one of the other easiest ways is just go to the AP Classic website, and they'll send you the whole game itself. It has all the chipsets, all embedded, all soldered and everything. So that's pretty easy. And if you have a 3D printer, like I do, you can print out a case. I'm going to show you guys how to do all of this, and I'm going to show you guys the price comparison. Alright, so let's go over how to get our Harmony cartridge. And I'm going to go over just to show you guys something that I wish that they would explain over here, which they do not under the other FAQ. It tells about all the shipment and all this stuff, but it doesn't tell you the main part that you want to know. So I'm going to go over with you guys. So you go under the Harmony cartridge, you can go under harmony.atariage.com, or you can do a quick Google search, Harmony cartridge. Should have over here. Should be the first one. Let me close this out. So let's go to order, since you want to order. And you select your payment method. So we're going to click continue. And here is a part which I do not explain. So we have the Harmony and the Harmony Encore. And if you click on both of them, it's going to give you this exact same information, regardless which one you click. The only difference is going to be the price. And I didn't know for the longest time what was the difference. And if you remember, when I show you guys my Harmony cartridge, it did not come with a casing. But here in the description says that it comes with a casing. And if you like one, please contact us. Mine did not. I was assuming that the higher price meant a case, but that's not the case. So no pun intended, but that's what happened. And so I guess I got locked out without the case. So I went online and checked the difference, which I found with a quick Google search got me over to the Atari Age website on the forum site. And by the way, Atari Age is an excellent resource if you're programming for the Atari 2600. Come under here on their forums and go programming part. It's going to be, if you need any help outside of me, you can always come over here, post your questions. Some people post their game they're working on. So I think this one's a text adventure over here. Let's see if there's. Here it is. I post some demos so you can help everybody out over here. So just check it out. Great resource, like I was saying. So let me close this. Go back to the main topic. So what's the difference between the $39.99 and the $44.99? Let's say $40.55. Well, apparently Thomas gave a quick explanation, so you can play all the original games but one, and almost all the homebrews. But the Encore allows you to play the missing part, so everything else. And of course, Turbo Torch over here give us a better explanation over here. So yeah, I'll just highlight this part. It'll suck if you need a 64K cartridge. So a bunch of F2 bank switching. So if you need something big, in general, if you're gonna use a Harmony cartridge, just get the Encore. If you're programming for it, I just recommend this one. If you're playing games, then just get this one. So then you will go over here. You know, it's your choice. I have this one. You work fine for me. If you think, but if you're trying to make a Atari 2600 game, push itself to the limits, get the Encore. That's for $15. And then you come over here. Then you can select which option you have, SD or micro SD. And then you have extra options which you like. Manuals, which you can find it online. You have the USB cable if you don't have one, and a SD card if you don't have one. You can get the SD card, or get the SD card version. And of course, there is slots for the SD cards as well to get micro SD. So it's up to you. Just get whatever you like. Then you buy for it. Don't forget there's taxes and shipping costs gonna apply. And that's how you get your Harmony cartridge. Alright, so let me show you guys how you put your game over here. As you see, this is my Harmony cartridge. Let me zoom in with my camera, which is have to do it manually. And here's my micro SD inside my SD card. And show you guys one more time, you do have an option, a USB version. Okay, let me manually zoom focus over here with my camera. And now I'm gonna attempt to plug this in my Atari 2600. I'm gonna just speed up this part because that's worse than plugging a USB into your computer. Alright, I had the card upside down. The Atari 2600 have the label face up, unlike other consoles. But here it is after a little bit of struggle. I'll turn it on, and now let's see how it displays on our TV. Alright, so here is the Harmony cartridge working. And I'm showing you guys all the games that you can put on it inside your SD card. And here it is, Speedfall. I show you guys I had this game from a few videos before. I show you guys what was inside the cartridge, and there it is me, it's picking up. And here I'm gonna show you guys again all the other games that I have in there. I don't know why I put Speedfall again. Let me just speed up this part. Alright, so let me show you guys our final combat disc version. Here it is. I'm gonna play for a few seconds just to show you guys that it is working. And that is the final version throughout all of the cases or the cartridges that I showed you guys. And not only that, not only I put the final version, as you see, I put all the versions included over here so you can see the progress that we did. And as a reminder, I do have all of this uploaded on my GitHub account, so you can go in there and check all the progress that we made from each section for each video right there. And that is something I wanted to show you guys really quick, the flickering. I don't think that the emulator showed that very well. So that could be, like I said before, the emulation accuracy problem that would happen. I know some videos had some versions had a little bit more flickering going on that it wasn't shown on the emulator. And I made a whole video, the video before this one, about the problems, solutions, and something to keep you aware of. But here it is, the whole game being displayed. So now let me show you guys the other versions that I have. As I was saying before, the Atari Age is a wonderful website, a great resource. And that is also the place where you're going to get our custom-made Atari game. All the easy steps already taken care of us. So here's the Atari Age, like before, atariage.com. Then you want to actually go to the Atari store, and you want to go to the 2600 part. Of course, you have the other parts, which I haven't checked. Of course, and they do have other homebrew games and hacks and reproductions, all the other stuff. However, what you need is right over here, the custom Atari 2600 cartridge. Let's click over here. And unlike before, it does tell you right away what's the difference. Why am I paying extra $5 at $5 for this Melody board? So it says right here that the legacy part supports the 4, 8, F8. So this is 4K, 8K. So that's in a single chip. F8, which is my game, our game that we made. Combat disc, and even higher ones as the 16K and the 32K, so F6 and F4 bank switching methods. The Melody board supports all those bank switch methods, as well as an onboard RAM. So that's a big part over here. To remember, like I said, Dig Dug had his own onboard game. So if you're trying to push your game to the limit, you want to have a custom game cartridge. So I would suggest just pay an extra $5 and get yourself a Melody board. And then the rest is pretty easy. You do have to make your own game or your own label. So there is a label maker. I did make a video how I made my label over here. And then you're gonna place the order. So add your card, you pay everything. Like I said, you have shipping and taxes might apply. And then you're gonna have to email them the binary file with your game, as well as your label for your game. Pretty easy. I purchased everything, all of this guys at the same time, and this was the first one to arrive to me shipping. And of course, so that's $30 over here. The Harmony cartridge was between $40 and $55. But if you're making one game, if you want to keep in your bookshelf and you don't have anything, that's the way that I would suggest you guys should get it. It's easy. Either it's gonna be 25, 30 plus shipping and taxes, and you don't do anything. Just program it, send it to them, and they'll take care of you. And of course, it says right here, sales to Atari Age. So you send out the files. When you buy it over here, they're gonna give you a number, a ticket. Send a ticket like, hey, this is my game. You send the binary. This is my label, and the rest, don't worry about it. They'll ship it to you. And here is me. Now this time we're gonna show you guys the actual case up front. Let me actually auto focus over here. I have to do it not auto manually. I want to show you how cool the case is. And this time it's gonna be pretty easy. Just slide it in, one shot, and then power it on. And here's gonna be a quick shot just to show that game actually works. You already seen it plenty of times. But this time I'm using my cell phone instead of my actual camera. Even though the camera has better quality, the cell phone I don't have to autofocus. I mean manually focus, which I do have to do with the camera. And the quality is decent enough. So if that's said, let's look at the 8-bit classic version. Now let me show you guys just a back-to-back version, since it is pretty much going to be the same output. There it is, my 8-bit classic chipset that I pay the extra $5 to have all embedded. And I'm just going to plug it in on my Atari 2600, pretty much like before. And I'm just going to make sure I have the up part being displayed, which is pretty much like before. Struggle. I had the part upside down. I'm just gonna turn it around when I'm realizing that was stupid. There it is. And now I should just plug in right away and power it on. As you guys see, it is pretty much the same game. Everything's the same binary, so it's gonna run exactly the same. And now let me go ahead and show you guys how you can go about and get your own copy of this 8-bit version classic for yourself. And lastly, we have the 8-bit classic chipset. So to get it, you go to www.8bitclassics.com or 8bitclassics.com. Of course, you can Google it. Pretty quick search will bring you there. And of course, you want to buy stuff, so you're going to go to the shop area.
And just keep in mind, at the time of this recording, the COVID-19 pandemic is happening, which will delay regardless which version you choose from the shipping of your items. So keep that in mind. And the 8-Bit Classic Shop has a lot of stuff over here, and a lot of stuff, I mean a lot. All we care about is homebrew supplies anyway, so let's click over here. And here you have the 3 options. So we do have label. If you want to print your own label, you can do the website before. Here the guy gives the template, some softwares if you want, another one. You can use the website. You can, of course, I made a video of it, how I made mine. You can just follow it and make yours. Of course, I drew mine. You can hire somebody to make yours, just to make it pretty. And here's pretty much all the options. The material you like, and print the images on a label sheet for you. So you have this option for an extra $1, so $3 in total maybe. And here he has a bunch of information. I don't think you need it. Pretty much like before. You buy it. This is my purchase number. Then you send the files for them. And I did not notice, but I guess it gives you a discount depending how much you want to. But normally, in my case, I just needed like 2 at most. But nice option to have. And it's nice to have the label if you have your own 3D printer, which is the case that I do have. So you end up cheaper if you want just one cartridge to put in your shelf. Just to get the PC board over here, or printable circuit board, and the label. But it's up to you. And as well, if you want to go this route, you want to print your own label and have your own circuit board over here, you can print your own 3D case, which I'm going to show you next. But let's go over the 2 main part over here that we have, which is the Atari 2600 4K non-bank switch method. And here's all the bank switch methods. And here you have, and you're paying $5 and $5 and $8 for the circuit board only. But if you want an extra $5, he'll give you the EEPROM already soldered. So you send him the binary file if your purchase ticket, and he will take care of all of that for you. I show you guys in the picture. I need to put this in a case. So that's how you do it. And if you wonder which EEPROM to get, if you go under here on the Sheriff Foss review, some people recommend it somewhere over here. So here it is, the admin recommended. So pretty nice of him. And I believe he recommended, somebody recommended some other EEPROMs for the bigger bank switch methods. So the bank switch method, just to go a quick over it, you have the 8, 16, 32, and 64K. So if you remember, if you get Harmony cartridge, normal version 64K is going to be a problem. You're going to need the Encore. And they do not give any description whatsoever for the 64K version for the custom cartridge for the Atari Age, either the Legacy, neither they give any explanation for the Melody board. So we could, in theory, get the 64K PC board over here, and instead of, well, if you program it in an emulator and you think it works like I did, then you can just do this part over here and not worry about it. So that will be the method to go, and then you can either 3D print your case or order a 3D print case like I'm going to show you. Or if you want to test it and you do not want to get a Harmony cartridge Encore, you can click just the PC board, so you only get the 64 over here, and then you can get a socket and solder that into your PC board. So think of pretty much if you ever build a PC, you have a motherboard, and then you just get the CPU, you push it into the CPU socket, and then you latch it on and stay there, and you can always take out the CPU and put another one. So you could do something similar to that with this PC board, and you have something, and then you have this PC board that can theoretically test out any 64K homebrew games that you make. So you could do that instead, and that's why I'm going over this option over here. So that's all the three options that we have. So now let me just show you guys how you can go about, and if you choose this method and you wanna, for example, print your own 3D case, let me show you guys how to do that. So if you ever have a 3D printer, I'm pretty sure you heard of Thingiverse. It's pretty much the GitHub for 3D printing. People make their own models, own sculptures, put it into the site, and you can download whatever you want. So if you want a bottle opener shooter, here it is, and you can grab it. But that's not what I really want. I actually might want that, but you're here for the Atari cartridge. I mean, at least for this video. So you can Google Atari cartridge. And here we have two options over here. Well, I have more options, but what we're really looking for is the casing. So we have this one, housing, and this one, the shell over here. And both of them has multiple files. You can see different pictures, what people did. Here it is, Pac-Man, recreation, and so forth. Here's other files. And I believe I printed this version. You see multiple files. Here it shows you how to put your PC board inside the shell. And here's back to back. Here's being printed. And what you want to do is just click whichever one you want, and download all files. It's going to download all the files. Here it has a summary, all the instructions, and whatever you need. And of course, you can go all the other stuff over here, but normally I'll go under apps. You want to go under 3D printable, but the site does not work. I've tried multiple browsers, I tried different things, but it does not work. So this both are slicers, so you just get them. You can see the model in 3D, but you don't need that. But not a problem. If you ever heard of Google, just come over here, type out 3D printing online. If you ever heard of Google, okay, just have a bunch of options over here. I chose craftcloud.com because it can upload multiple models. So, and all of them is going to be essentially the same. So dragging in 3D files over here. So you downloaded all those files, you unzip it, select files. As you see, I already have all over here. I have my own folders with my other 3D printing models that I like. So here, upload all three of them. Here's the 3D picture, what it looks like. It's pretty fast. So here, after you're done uploading all your needed files, let's see the materials and prices. And here it is. Here you can choose multiple materials, not only plastic, but if fancy ones like, I know we have like this steel, copper, brass, even like wood filament, which is kind of popular, PLA. But as you see over here, the price does increase depending on how fancy you want to get. It is yours, you can choose whatever you like. However, if you don't know anything about 3D printing, the most popular one is pretty much PLA, BAT-G, whatever you want to call it, and ABS. All these cheaper ones are the most popular actually, but that's the main popular ones. So PLA is the cheapest one, but it does says right over here, low cost, for prototypes, but so it's not really strong and not heat resistance, but it is the cheapest. And of course, you have your ABS, which is the plastic that's strong and versatile. And all the original Atari 2600 cartridges are made of ABS. In fact, I think most of the cartridges from most console are ABS. It's a really popular material back then. So if you like it to keep it like that, just choose this one. And then you're gonna select the finish, which has the infill, which is pretty much how much plastic you want to be printed within the borders. So inside filling, how much of it, how dense it is. So that's how dense you want your case to be. And as you see, the higher the density, the more price you're gonna pay for it. So let's just, for the sake of argument, keep normal. Here you have all the colors you can choose, so you can get fancy here as well. So then let's just click the default black. And here it gives you all the price options and delivery express or not. And of course you can come over here and you can pick whichever one you like. Plenty of options. Add your card, shipping and handling, like I said before, including to the United States. How nice. And that's pretty much it. So if you don't have a 3D printer, you come whichever site you like and try it out. Try to go for ABS, I recommend. And if you do have a 3D printer, you can go to Thingiverse, Atari Cartridge, and choose from whatever one you like.
Alright, so that's pretty much the end of this video. In the next video, I'm gonna order a bunch of parts and try to solder all the boards by itself. A little more complicated, but that pretty much means gonna be the last video I'm gonna do on Atari 2600. So with that said, looking forward to it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.